A very good morning to all of the participants. Dear teacher, I, Mr. R.H. Rathod, lecturer, Computer Engineering Department, Dr. Punjab Rao Deshmukh Polytechnic Amravati welcomes you for this FDP. The only permanent thing in the world is change. Those who change themselves according to the need excel in this modern world. We have to adopt the online teaching method along with traditional teaching method, and this FDP will be helpful for the purpose. My topic is Nomio LMS. We'll discuss the traditional, flipped and online methods of teaching and some hands-on practice. The objective of this session is change in teaching methods, learning management system, tools for class activities, site using Nomio. After this session, you will be able to differentiate traditional and online teaching, identify benefits of online teaching, familiarize online teaching methodologies and tools. Traditional teaching model. In this method, students learn new things in the class and then self-analyzing part is done by student at home as a part of homework. Teacher introduce some concepts, material to students under remember and understand as per Bloom's taxonomy pedagogical. Then students are responsible for homework in create, evaluate, analyze this level. Over the years, the method of teaching become more important than the content in education. Traditional formal education is based upon a paradigm called knowledge reproduction model. The methods used in this model are verbal lecture, printed handouts, practice sessions, classroom activities, etc. In this method, students are seen passive learner. See the picture. In this picture, instructions are delivered by teacher and whole class listen. If there is assignment, they have to solve. Some students are actively engaged while some are not. Some are not getting. Some students are taking notes. Some are not interested in the class. Maybe their learning space is different. Advantages of traditional method of teaching. No doubt, traditional classroom has its own advantages. Some are mentioned here. Both teacher and students are familiar with this method, with the traditional method. Teacher can take immediate feedback and student can clear doubts by asking to teacher directly. Easy for teachers to handle the class. Experience of different campus activities. In traditional method, it provides several types of experiences like sports activities, live sessions, live seminars, presentation, and eating the food with friends. Also, some disadvantages of traditional method of teaching are there. Completely teacher content centered method. It follows a rigid schedule which is challenging to student. It is very expensive as the school, colleges provide certain facilities. Flipped method of teaching. In flipped class, the approach of learning is very different here. Students are expected to learn the concept at home through recorded online lectures, and then in class there is interactive session in which analyzing, solving doubts and self-evaluation shall take place. Here the exchange of conversation between student and teacher could result to their doubt solving and an interactive session. If you see the Bloom's taxonomy pedagogical related with the flip method of teaching, then teacher introduced new material outside the class also as homework, and students and teacher work together during the class also in create, evaluate, analyze. This area. So unlike traditional teaching, as you see, the involvement of student is much more in flipped teaching, which would result in the betterment of their speaking skills. In traditional method of teaching, it becomes difficult for teacher to track the progress of an individual student, as the time is only allotted for teaching. But in flipped classroom, teacher can manage or keep the track of improvement of student in that particular subject through interaction. So this is the simple difference between traditional and flipped class. Online teaching. Online teaching typically refers to courses that are delivered completely online without physical or on-campus sessions. Online courses can be designed for a handful of enrolled students or can be made open and accessible to a wide variety of participants. There are two broad categories of online teaching. Number one, synchronous. Synchronous teaching refers to a teaching event in which a group of students are engaging in teaching at the same time. It is online teaching. It is real-time online teaching that happens in real time. This includes time-bound sessions where both teacher and students online at a specific instance of time, or both have interact at the same time, such as teacher-led online classes. Second is asynchronous. Unlike the synchronous, asynchronous courses not conducted in real time. Thus, engagement between the student and teacher can occur as per their convenience. Student and teacher can interact at a different time span. Recorded lectures are good example of this. The benefit of online teaching. Online teaching is a boon where classes can be taken in evening or on weekends, or video lectures may be uploaded that would be viewed by students at their place. There is no time wastage. Increased student learning means analyzing along with student, everyone from family, household gets involved in learning. Most of the time, most of what we learn in a course is forgotten within a week or maybe couple of weeks of the end of classes. It promotes lifelong learning by repeating the classes, online lectures. Teaching through an online medium gives the teacher ability connect with students located in diverse geographical location. More teaching opportunities are available for teachers. Self-discipline and motivation. The motivation to study in an online courses comes from you, means from the students, because no one is there looking over your shoulder to tell you to go online and study. Moreover, it is very easier access and sharing information. Any study resources or information in digital format is very easy to be accessed and shared. While teaching, one can take help from various digital libraries, channels. There are so many things are available on internet. So dear teacher, one reflection question for you. Pause a video for a while and think about the advantages of online teaching. To teach online, various online softwares are available like Blackboard Learn, Moodle, Desire to Learn, Sakai, Canvas, and many more. If you go through the traditional offline, that is a different from online teaching. But if you go for online teaching software, you may use PPTs, videos that can be stored into the Google Drive, or as a CMS content management system, you can use WordPress, Drupal, and laterally students can see your lectures. MOOCs are there using edX. You can make your own courses. Coursera, Moodle as a LMS, you can use Moodle Cloud, you can use Nomio under this Moodle as learning management system. Some evaluation tools are there, assignments, return, Google Form. You can also use, teacher can also use Google Form and conduct some assignments, conduct some quizzes, provide some notes in the classroom, in a Google Classroom. So these are some online teaching softwares. Though many number of softwares are available, like Desire to Learn, Canvas, Sakai, Blackboard Learn. So this is the first session of my class. Thank you for listening. Second session, Nomio LMS. The learning objectives of this course is learning management system, features, benefits of LMS, types of LMS, model as LMS. After this session, you will be able to understand the need of learning management system, list the benefit of LMS, use model as LMS. We have seen the various online teaching software available. We may use website as content management system. It is an application that is used to manage web contents. Content management system is a tool that helps to build a website without needing to write all the code. Such websites are used for content creation, which allows user to easily create and format content. It is also used for content storage in one place in a consistent fashion, assigns privileges and responsibilities based on roles such as authors, editors, teachers, and admins, organizes and pushes content live. Some of the examples of CMS platforms are Drupal, Joomla, Magento, Modex, Squarespace, Wix, Weebly, WordSpace. So these are some examples of CMS. So there are a number of CMS platforms are available. Multiple users can log on and contribute schedules or edit content to be published. Non-technical people who don't know programming language can easily create and manage their own web contents in CMS. No doubt, CMS websites have their own advantages. But when we want to manage our online teaching, then we need more features to be added in this CMS. There are certain limitations of this CMS because they are less interactive. We are unable to track progress of students. Less features are available like adding pages, menus, blogs, and more. We cannot send the message through the system. Student cannot do submission on websites. So therefore we see limited utility of website for online teaching. So these are some limitations of content management system. So dear teachers, dear participants, it is a reflection question for you as a teacher. What are the expectations to manage online teaching? Think over it. Let us see learning management system. Learning management system is a software. It is an application software for administrator, documentation, tracking, reporting, delivery of educational courses, learning and development programs. It is designed specifically to create, distribute and manage the delivery of educational contents. The LMS can be hosted as a standalone product, or it can be cloud-based platform that hosted by the software firm. It can improve learning, make it faster, productive, cost effective and trackable. Also, LMS enables administrator to upload learning content, delivery lessons to students, serving modifications and share data with authorized user. Let us see the feature of learning management system. An online LMS can be provide the greatest feature as well as cost saving, like it allows student enrollment. It can upload documents, video and exams and link to learners to web content. Mobile learning is delivery of training or education materials in mobile. Offline learning events can be tracked, recorded and assessed along with online ones. Flexible testing and assessment options are considered as LMS features. Enhanced reporting capabilities is another feature of LMS. Online grading is possible. Also, the security of data in LMS is possible due to sign-in features. Separate login and passwords are provided to the student, each student. So security is also the main feature of learning management system. Let us see advantages of LMS. Teacher can use established pedagogical model to deliver more personalized lessons and increase the engagement level of students. Students respond well to micro learning, and the LMS is a perfect platform for facilitating this format of learning. Students can learn on their own via computers, laptops and mobiles to keep learning active 24/7. An LMS increases the flexibility and creativity of the learning materials, which enhances the student's experience and encourages shared collaboration. Student progression through lesson and assessment becomes more self-driven, tapping into the natural way human learns. Automation makes administration of learning material easy for teachers. Let us see the types of LMS. There are several types of LMS. Free LMS for individual are available to build courses for learners. A commercial product is designed to be used by any organization if it is commercial. Usually, SaaS is cloud-based software is given as service. Hosted LMS can offer the communication and full control of the service specifications. Online SaaS cloud LMS software is never open source. Web-based LMS hosted online, and there is no need of our own server. While in installed LMS, the server is to be given by the host organization. Let us see the various popular LMS we use. We may use Canvas, Blackboard Learn, Moodle, Joomla, Chamilo. On OpenEDX, NPTEL, Coursera, Sakai, IITBX, Dokios, Pharma LMS, eTutor, Schoology. Selection of learning management system. Moodle learning management system is very popular. While selecting LMS, mostly we have to consider usability, reliability, and supports. These are most important issues to consider in selection of the LMS. The criteria for selection of LMS includes fitness of purpose, architecture, user friendliness, interoperability, ease of system integration, standard compliance, cost of ownership if paid, case of maintenance, number and quality of installations, reliability, effectiveness, etc. Along with this, cost involved, whether it is a free or some cost involved, what is the purpose of LMS, features, whether the features are available or not, like adding pages, contents, how many number of users it can accommodate, whether it is user friendly or not. So these are some selection criteria for learning management system. Based on this, you can select any one LMS. We are actually considering here Moodle as LMS and mostly Nomio. Moodle is a free and open source learning management system written in PHP and distributed under the GNU General Public License. Moodle is used for blended learning, flipped classroom, and other e-learning in schools and colleges. Moodle provides a central learning hub to connect e-learning tools and simplify the teaching and learning process. Moodle offers an engaging and effective e-learning experience for standard students of all age. Moodle allows for unique learning methods such as gamification, competency-based education, mobile learning, accessible gradation, interactive online classroom, and much more. Specifically, Moodle is used for blended learning, distance education, flipped classroom, e-learning. If you use Moodle, then you can accommodate number of users as a participant with their own username and password so that a security is provided. You can create your own course by using the Moodle Cloud or Nomio. We are focusing on Nomio for the Moodle course. Let us see the benefit of learning management system. Instead of having your learning content spread out over different hard drives or devices, you can store all the learning materials in one location. It organization e-learning contents in one location. It provides unlimited access to e-learning material. Once you upload your e-learning course material onto LMS and publish them, your student has unlimited access to information they need. Easily tracks learner progress and performance. The LMS gives you the ability to track of learner progress and ensures that they are meeting their performance milestones, reduces learning development cost and time. A LMS gives you the power to completely do away with teacher travel cost, rent, and printed materials, and it saves time also. Quickly and conveniently expands e-learning courses. If you want to add additional online modules to your e-learning course, you can simply log into the LMS as administrator or admin and make necessary modifications. So these are the benefits of learning management system. In next part 3, we'll see how to create LMS, how to create a site by using the GNOME as LMS. Thank you for watching the video. Dear participant, I welcome you once again in the last session of this course, Nomio LMS. The objective of this course is creating site using Nomio, create own virtual classroom, create registered student account in Nomio. After this session, you will be able to understand Nomio under Moodle, create cloud-based Nomio site, create own virtual classroom, add the course in Nomio Moodle. What is Nomio? It is a free hosting service for Moodle, the most popular training tool in the world. We can create our own course. Steps to create Nomio Moodle. The first step is create URL, login and edit profile, add course and add course content. This is not the last step. We have to do a lot more after this also. So let us see and go to create the website. I entered here RH course, then email account is this one. You have to enter here your own course and then create. After this, go to email ID. Here welcome support coming from welcome to Nomio from Nomio support. Click here. Your site is this one and username and password is given here. I will copy the password here and go to the site rhrcourse.nomio.com. So here we entered into, okay, we have to block this because this site is totally best, it is totally free and it is totally based on the advertisement, so we cannot block the advertisement. Then login. Username is admin and password is this one and login. As you enter the correct credentials, then you will enter into the website. So go to the site home. It is a dashboard. You can change the dashboard as per your wish. Go to the site home. Here admin user, this is the name of our first login as administrator. The second step is profile. You have to edit the profile. Edit profile. Then what will be the username? That is admin. Suspended account? No. The password, you have to already enter the password, so don't click to enter the text. The first name is admin, second name is user and surname is user. You can enter here. I will enter here Rajendra. Then sorry, username is admin, Rajendra Rathod, and this is the email address. I will use this, allow everyone to see my email address. You can use these three, hide or allow or only to that person which that is course member. If any Moodle Net profile you can add here, otherwise left it blank. Then I will use here Amravati. Country India. Time zone, if you need, then go to
Asia, Kolkata. If you want to enter the description of your website, you can enter this website is purely for teaching purpose. You can enter. Then you can use profile picture. Choose. I will use this one. Photo. Save as RHR. Not necessary, but you can use that. License not specified. Here it gives the picture and just go to the update profile. After this, you have to add the course. Go to site administrator. It asks you to register your site. It is not yet registered. Only 2 or 3 steps are there to register the website. Then go to the course. Add the category. At top, and here I will add CO5I. So this will be the course category, and course category number, it is not necessary, but you can ID, you can enter ID. If you want to describe, you can describe the course. This is computer engineering 5th semester. Then create category. Create the category. It pop up here. Create category. I will put here at top. And then I will create a course under this category. So here I will use this button, course full name. You can enter course full name, that is, suppose for example, operating system. Operating system. Short course OSY. Category is CO5I. It goes under CO5I. Visibility, it will show or it will hide. If you select this one, it will show to the student or it will hide. Course start date. You can start the course, for example, from 27. So previous date I will use here. And course end. Course end will be 31st or 30 November. Enable. So up to 30 November it will continue. Course ID number, you can use your course ID number 22516. For example, this is the course code. Course summary, operating system. This you can describe the course summary. You can enter here course summary. If any image then you can add, otherwise left it blank. So course format, appearance, so all the options are available. You can use this one, save and display. So operating system, this course is now added. As this course is added, it goes under general, operating system, and then you have to enter the topic. You can add the topic, the contents of this course. So you can add topic, turn editing on for that purpose. You can edit this. Here you may use this announcement. You can edit this announcement, edit setting, announcement, general news and announcement. This is the description. By default it will display description on course page, or it will be on the first page. Availability, attachment, so all the options are available here. You can use this. After that you have to save. Add a topic. You can add the topic under the announcement. Add new topic. Here you can add the new topic, that is notice. Suppose, for example, notice. Notice is the class will start from 27/7/2020. For example, post forum, that will be posted. Then go to topic 1, edit this topic, edit topic. You want to put the topic name as it is, or you can change. I will change this one, so chapter 1. And if you want to put the name of the chapter, you can put, so concept of operating system. For example, you want to put the summary, that means objectives, then outcomes, and restrict access. This is most important part. You can add the restriction, when it should available to the student, at which date that will be provided. So this date, from which date and until. So you can add this from 15 July, or it will be whenever the course starts. You can use this one. I will put as it is 15 July. Then save changes. Now this one, concept of operating system, it is restricted, available, it is from 15 July. Now here you can add the activity. In the first chapter you can add the activity. Which activity you should add? You will use the various contents. For example, I will use here folder. Folder contains the different contents again. Here I will use the folder name, that is concept of OS, operating system. If you want to write the description, you can write here. Then you can add the folder, the file name, display description on course page. Here whatever you add the outcomes of the particular topic, that will be displayed here, and that will display on course page. So here outcome, suppose outcome. Go to operating system course. I will add here activity. So press add an activity or resource. I will add one page for the course outcome. So I will written here, I will write here course outcome. Not necessary to write in anything here, but here you can add course outcome. You can add text, you can insert image, or you can insert video file. Here I will add one image file of course outcome, which is already available with me. CO, anything you can write here, CO, which is not actually viewable by student, this one, and then save and display. After this one, the course outcome will display here. Student can read the course outcome and go to the overview of operating system. Now here I will edit here the objective of chapter 1. Again, in the same way, I will add here one file, the file containing the objective. So ch1 objective file name is there. This is the objective. Overwrite, yes, overwrite objective, because I already used this one. So learning objective, then save changes. So before that, restrict access, you can use this restrict access. When should this will be available? This will be available after the reading of course outcome by the student, and then save changes. Then go to again course. The course contains now course outcome, overview of operating system, that is the first chapter of this subject. 1, 2, 3, 3 points are there. So we will add one by one the topics, operating system concept, different types of operating system, command line based OS. So one by one you can add. Now here I will add here one activity again, and that is nothing but one folder which contains the first point. So here I will add one file that is regarding the operating system concept. Operating system concept, it is 1.1 ch 1.1 chapter 1.1 point, and here I will add one file which is regarding the concept. So already I have one video file, that is operating system concept. The name of that file is class 1. I will add here and stored as class 1 itself. That will display as a class 1. It is a MP4 file. It takes some time to load into your Nomio site. Now the file is appeared. Insert media, the class 1 MP4. If you want to display the same file in the content form, you can use this one also on a separate page, or what you want. So go to common module settings, restrict access. When should this will be accessible? This will be accessible only when the first previous, that is a course outcome, will be read by, or will read read by the student. So save and display. and again it takes some time. So this file is now loaded. So here when we go, this one, operating system concept, having some concept of operating system in the video format. Then again I will add one activity regarding after completing this first concept. We will ask some questions to student. So quiz, I will add one quiz. So here CH 1.1 questions, and then I directly save and display. Now here one window appears. Now here I will go to the gear icon and edit quiz. Add, there is one button, add, can add one question. Number of type of questions you can add here. I will use this multiple choice question. Category is same as OSY default. CO5Y, or you can use this course also. This one, question 1. Then I have to write the question 1 here. I have one question actually. What is operating system? Select 1. Default mark is 1 if answer correctly. Here we have to enter the output, that is options. One by one we'll add. All the options. And fourth option is all of the above. If all of the above is there, then grade is 100%. Means all the options are correct. Then save changes. This is one question. We'll add another question. Again, true false question. We'll add here true false question, question 2. Then go to true false question. This one, suppose. This one, and default mark is 1. Correct answer is true. And then save change. Two questions are added. If you want to add more questions in the same way, you can add more questions and save. Go to again in the same point, that is chapter 1.1. I will add one other activity. We will choose assignment here. After choosing the assignment, we will add some questions. So here write down CH 1.1 assignment. So student can read the questions and they can submit the questions, the answer of the questions. Availability from where to where. So this is the time limit, enable. After that, that will be automatically disable. Restrict the access. When it should be accessible when the questions, after the questions, and save. Here we can grade the assignments also. So in this way we can add the contents of the course. For the first topic, I have already shown you how to add the course content. For topic 2, that topic 2 is again components of computer system, operations of operating system. That in that way 1.2, 1.1.1, like this you can add the contents. In next slide or next view, we can see how the participants can be added. Now this is about the teacher, how teacher can load the contents. Now see how the student can see, how the student can use. Now participants are there, no participants, 0 participants are found. We have to add the participants. So go to the gear icon, enrollment method, and then check whether the enrollment method is, which enrollment method you want to apply, manual enrollment or self enrollment. So here self enrollment method is better because we have to enroll number of students. So this will enable, and then go to site administration. In site administration use self registration. Go to the manage authentication, this one, in email based self registration. Yes, it is enabled now. And then again go here, self registration is email based self registration. Enable this one, and then save changes. Now log out from this site and provide the link of this site to the students so that they can use. After completion of email based self registration, students now want to register themselves. For simplicity, I use another website that is already created by me. Just log in here. Now student can get registered themselves. Create roll number 03. Password is roll number at 03. This is email address of the user, name of user. Use this all captcha. Pages. Now create my account. So confirmation of email is provided to this the mail which is already provided by us, roll number 0003@gmail.com. Continue. Then check whether that email got or not. This is email ID, this one. So same way, roll number 1, roll number 2 and roll number 3 already have got the mail. So registration has been confirmed. Here, click here, continue, it will be confirmed. Roll number 3, click here and it will continue. So these roll numbers has been confirmed. Now we will go to the website, this one, and see the number of participants. Participants are 0 number of participants, but some users are already registered, so enroll them. Here check, and 1 2 3, these 3 users registered. Now we are going to enroll and assign the role. The role is student, and number of default enrollment duration is unlimited. If you limit this, so number of days you can limit, starting from, so it is from 15/7/20. Then enroll users. Now users are enrolled, roll number 1, roll number 2, roll number 3. So in this way we can enroll the students. We can take attendance of all the students, present student also. For that purpose we have to go into the site administration, then go into the plugins, search for the plugin and click on manage activities. Here under the activity module, manage activities, find attendance plugin. Yes, it is available and it is already shown, it is not hide. So this attendance. Now again go to the site administration, go to the plugin, search for the manage blocks. Here is the manage blocks. Click on manage blocks. Here search for the attendance. Yes, attendance is already available here. Then turn editing on. After entering to the site home, turn editing on, go to the course, site editing on, it is already on, and you can add the block for attendance, this one. Now here you can see attendance. We have already used the course completion status, that means this, like this one. So course is completed, given in green, blue. If it is not, then red. So here attendance. Now here we can add the attendance. We will use the attendance plugin in this area. So add attendance. Here is the attendance, and then add.
After adding the attendance, you can write the description for the operating system attendance. You can provide the grades, maximum 100 grade, common module settings if you want, restrict access no, and then activity completion, student can manually mark the activity as completed no, do not indicate activity completion. Then save and display. After this one, add session. So there is no any session added, you have to add the session. When to start the session? Session means lectures. When to start? 15 July to time is there 10:30 to 11:30. You can write description if you want. Multiple session, repeat the session as follows when your lecture is actually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 day. Repeat every 1 week. Repeat until the 30 November and add. So number of sessions we are added here now. We required 48, maximum 48, but 60 are there. So choose the holidays and delete those days. So randomly I will select which day we don't require. Some Diwali vacations, some Sunday, sorry, not Sunday, but some holidays, and then choose delete. Okay. Again it asks for deleting this one. Let's delete. Now how remains 51, 48, 51. It doesn't matter. I will delete this. Okay, 50 lectures. We have to conduct 48 lectures. Then if you want to add sessions, then you can again add session, and from here you can delete the session. You can take the report status set. You have to set the status for present, how many points, for late, how many points, excused, absent. I will delete this one. There is no excuse for absentee. Late, if late, then one point, and update this. Now this completes the attendance. Now go to the course, turn editing off. You can find here attendance. So take attendance. You can mark the attendance. Roll number 1 present, roll number 2 present, roll number 3 absent. Save attendance. You can write the reason of this one. Okay, if you want to change the attendance, then you can click here and make some changes. You can put the remark also. Save. On
17 Friday, you can take attendance like this. So after that, you can generate the report. A report of only this day, rest of the days remains actually present, and absent. You can send message to this person or this student, write some message body, you are absent, and then you can take it to you are absent, send message. A message will send to the student. Here roll number 3, the message is received by roll number 3 that you are absent. So in this way we can manage our classroom. So this is a dashboard of roll number 3. Go to the site home for roll number 3. This is the roll number 3. Enter into the operating system course. He or she will get this one. He has to update the profile first, then only check mark will be given here. This will not be available until and unless the update your profile will be selected by the student. Some announcement and attendance also here. Actually this should be is available for student to check the attendance. Now let us see operating system concept. For that purpose we have to update the profile. That means as a student we are actually using this student as a student. Now this will be used. Click on username and upper right here, profile, edit the profile, and then he or she can edit the name, update the profile. Now check the course outcome. Here the course outcome available. Now after reading the course outcome, this learning objective, then student can go for operating system concept. This will be enabled, and then he or she can use this one. Okay, this one is a lecture on operating system concept given by the teacher. Then student can attempt some question. Now this question is enabled, get enabled. Attempt quiz now. Now here, what is operating system? This is a question. 4 questions are there. So I will select here, check here, and next. Operating system is the most common type of what? So I will check here, go to next. So these 2 finish the selection, finish the attempt. Then 3rd and 4th. This operating system is mostly widely used for personal computer. So here this anyone you can choose. Then next,
File management is one of the component of operating system. True or false? Yes. Finish. 4. So all are saved. If you want to reattempt means the student want to reattempt, then he can or she can. Otherwise, submit all and finish. Submit all and finish. So there is no another chance. Only one attempt is provided. So 4 questions are attempted by student and 4 questions are right. So this completes the quiz or question. Then assignment will enabled. Before it was disabled. Only after questions attempted, then only this assignment will get enabled. So 3 questions are there. These 3 questions, and then add submission. Now after writing the submission, after writing the question on paper, student can take a snapshot of that paper and can be attached over here and make some changes, save changes. So file, that will be the assignment answers, and then this completes the first point 1.1. Then the next will be attempted by the student. So in this way, teacher can make a classroom and student can learn from this one. Some interactive sessions are also provided by the teacher. So thank you for this watching this lecture, watching this session. Thank you.